Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life in Drawing. This is episode 51. I'm thinking of dropping the podcast title. I'm not sure. It just came to my mind to to drop it because I'm not. I think my longest video has been what, maybe 30 something minutes. So yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, all of that aside, yeah, this is episode 51, and this titled episode is called Curve Ball. And I don't even think this was going to be this type of episode. Initially, I wanted to create a video, and the video would have simply consisted of just me sketching. I had actually, and it was going to be a traditional sketch. But as the universe would have it, none of my, with the exception of my janitorial services file, none of my digital files will open. So I figured I would draw this digitally so I can show you what I mean. So I'm going to take a pause on the sketch, go up here to File, Recent, and let's say Doodling Sketches. So I click on that, the Managing folder, and this is the results. This is the response I'm getting. Could not open the page management file. The following pages could not be found. Please check the location of the files. So I've done all of that, checked the locations, went to my backup file, and I guess whatever happened before I backed up my most recent backup file. Although now I'm thinking if I go back to the other backup file, I didn't try that. I may try that. But I put in a tech support request type thing, troubleshooting thing, because I tried all their different troubleshooting methods, with the original clips and files and stuff like that, but nothing happens. Oh, if I could just let me just drag this real quick over to the screen. So right here, I go into my folder, Mr. Comics, and thankfully, everything I upload is either JPEG or PNG. It's mostly PNG. So let me go to Random Shapes. I go here, and for whatever reason, it's not. Let's see now. This is odd, because now I can't even get to those files. Okay. That's actually more concerning. I can't even get to. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. This is not good. Yeah, I must be doing something. Hold on. I must be doing something wrong. Let me go here. Open file. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Sorry, guys. I have to save this first. Sorry, rookie mistake. Okay, so that's saved. Let's hope that that's the case. Okay, there we go. That was the case. False alarm. Sorry. I'm working live. So here, so these are all the clip files. I can't open any of those. I hit open. Okay. Now, is this thing messing with me? Okay. Let's see something here. Let me go to the managing file. Okay. Well, my heart was racing. So the managing file is not opening. So the only thing that's opening is apparently the clips, and the clips weren't opening before either. Well, see, it's hit and miss. So one clip opens, the others do not. So this is what I'm getting. The only file that's actually opening is my janitorial services file. The management page is open. See, it's loading up down here to the bottom right screen, and I'll get back to drawing in a second. So it all loads up fine, which honestly I'm thankful, because this is from 63 episodes. Has been one of my most consistent comics, and it would be a shame to have to copy and paste from my PNG files back into a storyboard, which I'm gonna have to do unless the tech support figures something out. I may just have to copy and paste the image PNG files to a new created story work folder management file, and that's gonna be a pain. Not a pain, but just time. I mean, this time just something I don't have. I don't have a whole lot of time. So that was utterly annoying, and and so that's why, of course, this episode is titled Curveball, because that was a huge curveball. I'm recording this now at 10:52 p.m. and I had every intention to record around like 8 or shortly after the boys go to bed. And so stuff happens, and what can you do? Right? And just roll with it. I mean, thankfully they aren't completely lost. It's just that I can't do anything with them. I can't go in, even with the images. I can go in, but I can't adjust the layers. I can't go in and adjust the eye layer and all that stuff. And so it's a pain. So, but anyway, hey, cry me a river, right? So what are some curveballs you've experienced this week? I mean, it is Thursday. There have been some other curveball stuff, but can't talk about. I mean, because it's other people's circumstances at work, and so. But yeah, it's just it's just been like one thing after the next, and it's just getting to a point where I'm just like, man, when when is this gonna stop? And so I don't know. I don't know when or if or will it ever. So so what do you do when you get a curveball? Do you roll with it? Is it too late to check your swing? How do you respond to life's curveballs? And some are certainly much more impactful and have a higher level of gravitas than my digital files, me not being able to open them. Now, of course, that's time, right? that's years of time spent curating, drawing, painstakingly thinking of a script for the comic. So that's time that, I can't get back. Thankfully, I still have some access to a version of the original work. But, that's not comparable to, someone passing, now that's a huge curveball, losing a loved one unexpectedly. There's no words for that. I mean, there are words, but there's really nothing that can, I guess, supersede that. And so what are some of, and it doesn't have to be like that detrimental, but what are some of your curveballs that you've had in your life, and how did you respond to those curveballs? Because I believe sometimes it's an unusual way of testing our resolve. Just like trusting in, okay, God, what is this? What is this now? What are you trying to show me? I mean, and then like, why this way? Of all the ways, why this way? And that's fine to do. It's fine to question, and because we're human, and we don't see all the details. It's just like kids. If any of you are listening and you have kids, or you've had like younger kids and they're older now, and you give a certain instruction, and they just look at you like, what? Right? It's just like, what? Why? Why not stand out in the rain, holding a metal pole or whatever? And it's like, well, yeah. It's nice to feel like it's a sword, but at any moment there can be lightning and you will be fried. And so, yeah. Why are you so anal about just not running into the street? Well, you can get knocked by a car and die, or be gravely maimed, or let's lighten the tone a little bit, why can't I eat a whole, pint or bucket of ice cream before bed? You're just not gonna be a happy camper if you do that. Your stomachs are gonna turn out and you're gonna be throwing up, and something that was yummy and tasty and refreshing becomes a horrible memory. And so, but when you're young, you don't see that. You just see I can't have access to these things that's so good. And but when you've lived long enough to see, then you can appreciate, this is what they were saying I shouldn't do, and but yeah, so I do believe, many times these curveballs are just God's way of, either grabbing our attention, reverting our attention, and trust me, man, I don't always respond well to that, because I'm like, I had every plan to do this thing, and now I can't do it. Like it, not cool, not cool at all. And we're creatures of habit. We don't like change, especially when it's really random and sharply spontaneous. There's no room to adjust, and to it, and so that's always rough to make an adjustment to, and so. So my encouragement with dealing with a curveball is to, after questioning and bucking against it, because that's what I did. I spent the last 2.5 hours just, even after sending the email to the tech support, I spent last 2.5 hours just trying to see, man, is there a way to, get access to it, save, reload, restart, all this stuff. Still nothing, And so now I am at a point where I'm just like, you know what? If I don't get a response, or I get a response that's not favorable to my situation, that being, oh wow, we can't do anything to get the original files open, then just means I'm going to have to do more work and create new work folder files, and pray that this situation doesn't happen again, and go on from there. Right? There's only so much you can do. Certain situations where it's just like, you know what, it is what it is, and I gotta keep it moving. And so, but again, like I said, that's not always easy, particularly if you're dealing with more dire circumstances. That can definitely become more challenging, and that's understandable. We're not robots. At least I don't think any of you are. And if some of you are listening are robots, welcome, right? But generally, we're not robots, and so we have emotions, and we're going to question and doubt, and I think that's fine. I just think once we don't get caught up in the doubt, and get lost into that tide of questioning to receive an answer, and then not being satisfied if an answer is not given. And so, and that's rough. It's rough to let go of uncertainties, because we want to know. We want to know why, right? That proverbial, why is it happening, and why, for whatever reason, it's happening to us personally. And so yeah, man. So like the old saying, when life gives you lemons or throws at you. I'm so terrible with analogies, and I don't know why, for the life of me, I keep trying to to bring them up. But I think, like, when life gives you, right, lemons, make lemonade. I mean, that's like one of the most common ones too. Like, I don't, analogies is like a curveball for me, because I tee up and I'm just like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna swing at this. I have it down pack. It's gonna be right down the center. And then it's like, well, you're on curveball. Oh man, like it's every single time, I try to remember or bring up an analogy. I just fail epically. And so, but yeah, man. So curveballs were some of the curveballs you've had. Hopefully, there weren't any really morbid ones. And honestly, if there were, and you still need help with those, just seek out the help you need, of counseling to get through those tough times. That's just an incredibly healthy thing you should do. That way you're not journeying through the world with all that pain alone. You have support there. And so, reach out for the support that you need to get through those tough times. So, because that's important. We all need help to some degree, and there's no shame with asking for it. And so ask for it. Don't wait for it to be too late. Don't wait to become so overwhelmed that you don't know what to do or where to go. So I think that's it, guys. This is really going to be a shorter episode, and so for those who do follow me on my other accounts, so if my uploads are affected in some kind of way, that's why. Maybe me just wanted to make sure that I have sound and solid backups, because that's going to be crucially important for me. I want to make sure I have backups that I have access to. you know what I mean. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to you can go to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michelot Comics. You can also go to my Instagram at Michelot Lully, and have my website also, which is michelotwally.com, or Michelot Artwork Art Studio. You know what? Just go to michelotwally.com. And if you want to support just what I do, I really appreciate that as well. Any support will go a very long way, and for that you can go to my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Michelot Lully. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm kind of wrapping up, but at the same time I just kind of want to keep going here. I actually did something earlier, and just the warm up. Sometimes I just like to get a warm up. My hands, my shoulders, my wrists. Just like a stretch, almost like before a game. Just to get my brain cells percolating. So I like to do the same thing if I'm drawing, particularly if I'm going to record. I've shaken off the cobwebs, so to speak. And so, but anyway, I'll leave that right there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again, and I'll make sure to give you guys an update on my access file situation with Clip Studio Paint. This is the first time I've actually had this at all, so I'm hoping it's maybe some type of software update. Who knows, but Anyway, guys, a few minutes before Saturday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe, be well, and until next time, grace and peace.